Hipster, and it's time for another Viewpoint. Okay, so I have a little gripe today, and hopefully you people will understand where I'm coming from. One of the things that, if you are a person who watches media like I do, now I'm a big fan of MSNBC, I won't lie. Probably watch a little bit too much of it, but the only reason why I watch MSNBC a lot is because it's been proven to me that it is the only place that I feel like I'm going to get truthful information. Get the information that are fact-based, things that have been fact-checked over and over again before they actually air it on their network. Now, there are other news sources out there that I could possibly go to, but the only news source to me that actually has shown to me that it has proven to actually try to tell the truth, even if they do get sometimes the story wrong, they'll at least go back and try to fix their problem. But there are other news sources out there that don't do so well. And let's just be frank here. Most people know that there is one news source that basically is watched over more than any other news source in the entire country. And they have been the people who have always spread every kind of rumor, lies, stories about the president through their people that actually work in the news, in their news station, through their cronies on the Congress and in big business and stuff like that. So let's not beat around the bush. Fox News. You know, I'm not afraid to admit that Fox News sucks, and I think Fox News is awful. They don't do anything, or they don't say anything that's fact-driven, that's fact-based. They just basically spread rumors. They try to spread rumors to gin up fear within the base of their own people, which is usually the Republican Party. They also try to gin up fear around the country by trying to bring on these experts that they think would actually convince people like me that they're actually telling the truth, when I know for a fact that it's not. When you ask a Republican from one of those people or from one of those news networks about certain things that have been data-driven, that is actually facts-based, something that has been proven over and over again to be factually true, watch these Republicans run scared and try to not answer the question. They try to dance around the question. They never answer straight up yes or no question. They don't know how to say yes to something or no to something. They don't know how to stand up for anything because they don't want to. They know that what they're saying is a bunch of BS. They know what they're saying is nothing that can be factually proven in the court of the public court of opinion. They know that. So they do whatever they can to try to repeat the things they say. They have many people on the Republican Congress and Senate and in the House say things over and over again, and they repeat the same lines over and over again. This is this, and this is this. And they make sure that they keep saying these things over and over and over again, because the more they say it, the more people believe it. Meanwhile, you have a different approach when you have things like a station like MSNBC, the station I watch. Yeah, they get things wrong, but they do also try to give you facts. They do at least tell you, and they try to bring on people from the other side to actually give opinions based on what they believe, but then obviously they're willing to accept the backlash that might come from our side, because we don't think that they're telling the truth. We want to know what the truth is. We want them to actually speak the truth and not to say the things that's going to make their base happy. That's all they ever do, is try to make their base happy. They don't want to try to actually prove anything. Ask them a straight question, they just try to ask you a question in return. There was a good example of this when I was recently watching the Ed Show on MSNBC. He had on this lady from The Blaze, I believe, and she basically would not answer a question that he would ask her. He would ask her a question like, has more people this year signed up for health care than last year under the Affordable Care Act? And she would not answer that question yes or no. He kept asking her this question in different ways, and she would not answer this question. The only thing she kept saying is asking a question, or asking him a question, or she said, "Oh, you can't ask me a question that way. You can't frame me a question that way." And I was blown away. So were the other panelists. They're like, "What do you mean you can't answer a question that way?" I mean, it's like, you can only ask certain questions to a Republican that they can answer. You can't ask them straight up questions. They just only want to accept the questions that are going to make their base happy, that they think they can answer, that are going to be truthful and factual. I don't understand it, and it's something that needs to be addressed and called out. I've been trying to tell, and I've been screaming to the top of my lungs at the TV screen. Yes, I know I don't really say much, but I have been saying that they have the anchors on certain networks need to call them out. They need to go ahead and say, hey, you're telling a lie. You're not being truthful. You are not telling the American people what needs to be told. You're trying to satisfy a base of people who are just on the fringe, that are crazy, that just want to take this country back 50, 100 years for what it was now. That's what is at stake right now, is we are trying to separate fact from fiction. We're trying to separate science from not science fiction. People who say that science doesn't matter are crazy in the head. We just got a little washing machine, little object, just got sent 300 million miles away to go land on a comet that's speeding at 80,000 miles per hour. Something that mankind will never achieve if they put their minds to it. And we can make that happen again. We landed men on the moon. We've done these things before, but we didn't use fiction. We used facts to get us there. We used science and math and all of those things that people used to stand for, things that used to be never in question. We use those things to get us where we are. There are some countries like Europe, and continents like Europe, and countries inside of Europe that understand what science technology can do for you, which is why they sent a probe to a speeding comet. That's an achievement that we should all be proud of. Yet the American side just doesn't want to be proud of any of that stuff anymore. We've run away from all the accomplishments that we have actually achieved here. We've run away from all those. Democrats ran away from all that during the 2014 midterms. They ran away from everything they worked hard for because they basically fed into the Republican fear factors. They fed into every Republican's agenda of everything. And they did not see that this was going to become a problem later on. I don't understand it. Hopefully, there are going to be some people that are going to actually try to make a difference in Washington sooner or later. Maybe not happen in 2016, it may not happen in 2018. But who knows? Maybe it'll happen sooner or later. But I hope it happens soon and not later when it's too late. And that's my viewpoint. Thanks for watching. I'm Rico Mikres Smith, and you've been watching the News Hipster. And we'll see you next week.